Interrelated is as far as the intellect can go. Liquid space, liquid light, liquid colors flowing without movement or non movement. Edgeless, centerless, seamless, indivisible. All words seem to divide what is not a what. No solids, no space, no reference points whatsoever. Feels like love, but unlike all ideas we had of love before. Knowing there is no you or other is the end of lines. Yet we need imaginary lines to touch, to love. How wondrous this imaginary worded world where love kisses itself through our eyes, our lips, our smiles, our tears. Ancient dreams of love, of sorrow, like blood, like fire, ran through my veins. Intoxicated by the beauty, I fell into the river of autumn leaves and was eviscerated of all ideas of love. Sky kisses water, and I drink, and I am the river, the sky, the swooning, the shimmering, without bottom or top or direction, flowing everywhere and nowhere, without place or time or movement. Winter wind comes. How beautiful the cloudless moon, the flowing shadows dancing. One day I fell through the sidewalk. The very ground of being collapsed, including someone to walk in acres and acres of sky. Sail through eons of timeless winds, soar through oceans of empty space. Yet I find myself walking in utter amazement, sailing through sea and sky and wind, soaring as liquid love, saturated with ancient songs that carry no meaning nor non-meaning. As wind paints my shadow with wind, I fall through you, an ecstatic love dance with imaginary dancers. No floor nor boundaries, in love, as love, through love. How could anything be better than this? I am starlight dancing, moon song as it fades into forest. The shimmering river crochets me into an imaginary dancer of winds, a singer of forgotten daydreams. Wind slides through an echo of itself, and without tender leaves, there is no song to crash through the horizon, to mix earth and sea and sky. Swirling reflections dance into a love song without beginning or end. Never heard, always sung, always heard, never sung. It's a constant love at first sight. Late moon, long light flows down the canyon, pools in these words of echoless sounds, held by a backbeat, released by its shadow, breathing the silence of a lifetime interrupted that never began. A centerless lasso falls softly through you. There was nothing to catch the wind, and no wind to hold. Not even empty hands were opened. Not even a heart was cradled or lost in this lonesome daydream of night sailing ships on a sea without oceans, on a beach without water or footsteps. No one was left to be alone or gather love songs, to sail across the canyon and hear her own voice howl at the moon. We are the words that separate us. Wind rips diamonds off rain-soaked leaves. Colors flow, flowers explode in my eyes. This illusion, a lover's dream, shimmers through me, paints my lines with shine and shadow and colors bursting. There is no one walking through this flowing dream. Memories seem to appear and paint my story, but I cannot find a place where I am or where I am not. There is a sublime sorrow and beauty in loving and missing someone we have never met. Yet have we ever really met another at all? I am shadows burning at dawn, the scent of morning mist streaming across the mountains, ashes long forgotten, empty footfalls that were never filled. Echoes of echoes of echoes. I am the imaginary canyon walls that sing my name, your name, our names, with wind in wind. A ballet of light in light breathes the wind on my tears, and I find myself as this very song that sings itself and me into the dream. What would I be without you? Not even this love. Poems are a paradise of words exploding into nothing and everything, painting scintillating, twirling light and color and mountains and sky and love. This rainbow of infinite things, a layer of imaginary transparency, dances across the sensory field, creating an imaginary inside and outside, a flowing dreamscape that has no movement nor non-movement. I hover sweetly between the real and the imaginary, dancing footless on the edge of a feather, between love and nothing at all. Swallowed by the dream of endless sky, of diamond oceans sparkling in your eyes. We are a flowing dictionary, endlessly defining itself. Movement of air is wind. What is the distance between the breeze and my cheek, your cheek? What is the distance between you and me and love? We are this very thought dream. Some say that they know that they are not the self, that they think they are. They are the belief that they are something other or better or more. But they are the self they think they are. All thought is about things, and there are none. Just this fabricated world, the only world we can know, and the knowing feeling that the known world is illusion, that beauty and love is illusion, that illusion is illusion. How beautiful is this? Words are like a spring rain in the desert, softly, softly, kissing beauty into the world. When there is no song, the singer disappears. No one looks for words. Poems slide through this heart, catch fire in our eyes, paint the worded world with beauty. There is no silence after the song or before. Stillness and quiet saturate the flow of songs that does not move or swing without you. From my lips to yours, from my eyes to yours, from our lips and tongue and hearts, I hear only love songs. Rain lingers into morning, first cars, long headlights illuminate the stillness. Staccato of sound and silence punctuate the dark. I am this cry of unbearable beauty. No one is weeping. It is the song of our aliveness. From within, from without, there is no middle nor sides. Echo has no sound. Reflection has no light. Wind chased itself across the pavement, covered me with ancient sighs, burned all my edges, swept away my ashes, blown away with the darkness, drowned in shadows, drowned in love, drowned in darkness, drowned in light. Nothing was held in the pocket of empty secrets. There was no hand to hold the fire. It burned all and everything, even itself. I am an empty kiss of echoes, sky written with sky. This vastness has no measurement without your eyes. I was the clothes of longing for that all-encompassing kiss. Now the kiss is the longing. I am tattooed with scars of love's beautiful arrows. Her blades ripped apart all ideas of love. Shine and shadow and moonbeams like ancient mists burned in the penetrating brilliance of 1,000 suns. The pain could not be hidden under a smile, or tears, or swept under the carpet. I wore it until it was me. Swirling cascades of swiftly moving daydreams poured through this river of tears, of sorrow, of joy, of love, until the river flowed through itself, and all that was left was a memory of wetness, drying. Like waking up when I was small, my head on a tear-stained pillow, wondering why I had been crying. I woke up to this new dawn. The tears have never stopped. This imaginary world is a river of tears, of sorrow, of joy, of love. And his words flowed like liquid sunshine, pouring through an empty prism and melting the coldest of hearts. And when the sigh of unknowing untrampled the grasses where love lay bleeding, the sun rose on her nakedness, and a wind of perfection kissed her cheek, where tears would never dry. Light pours from its own reflection, through me as me, a thousand secret suns. Love flows from its own flame, through me as me. Countless fires burnt me to ash, and as I blew across empty beaches, I pooled in ancient footsteps that led to the shoreless ocean where I drowned. Not just one slaying, it was unending, the crashing of belief, of illusion, of edges between the sea and me. Lost in sky reflection, I dance. The beautiful myth of separation burns you on its pyre of love. Its naked flame reflects the sublime iridescence of your wings, unfurling moonlight into the dark. Lit from within and without, this brilliance was never lost or found. It simply seemed to be buried under the illusion of what this should look and feel like. Life always looks and feels as it looks and feels. Fire and ice, beauty, ugliness, ecstasy, terror, deep, deep sadness, grief, love, desire. Nothing is hidden. There is no secret to reveal. Knowing deeply beyond thought and feeling, there is no beyond. Nothing more than this magical illusion. All is imagined. There is no sublime or mundane. All is wondrous beyond measure. This illusion of one, of two, of many, of none, sings these notes that require imaginary separation in order that there be music, singers and songs, love and lovers. You know this seamless beauty and sublime emptiness of which I sing, but you cannot grasp that which is all-encompassing. Your hands are unfathomably beautiful as you try to capture the rainbow's reflection in water. Tears reflect your swirling colors. Love tore the rosary from my hands. The beads unfolded into their original petals. Softly, softly, winged, transparent brilliance seared this heart, fell through these hands that no one owned. Under these tears, behind these eyes, there is no one, weeping, smiling, laughing, loving. I looked for myself deep within the root of love. I was burnt on love's pyre, watched my blood of molten gold spill into this enchanted garden, where I no longer wandered, searching for the kiss of midnight and the end of tomorrow. I am a centerless jewel spinning. Infinite facets of love radiate, singing my nameless name. Emptiness flows through emptiness, space spirals into space, light and shadow and colors dance, reflecting sky magnificence. My eyes, your eyes, fall into and through each other's wetness. We are this river of song. Wind song streams through wind, erases its own words as this very breath sweeps away the memory of breathing, as this love drowns all ideas of love, as fire burns the air, consumes itself and you, a blackened shadow, longing for endless sky, and this brilliant transparency you cannot see. When you look in the mirror, there is no thing looking. No one wears these empty eyes. Forgotten, left on the doorstep of time, my dancing shoes, still waltzing with the wind, still singing of beauty, always missing by 1,000 petals this blossoming in my heart. Footsteps washed away by wind and surf, the pull and suck of tides, heartbeat of primordial songs, of falling flowers on the waters flowing, this naked moonlit dance of reflected light shimmering between sea and sky. Searching for yourself in the mirror, trying to capture the face of love, perpetuated the belief in other, in a someone to kiss, in a tomorrow when you would be whole, in a wind to blow you away, to sweep through your innermost desires and erase you, in an other who would save you, in a love that would slay you, complete you, burn you deeper than time, send starlight through you, and dance you into a whirlwind of lostness you imagined lay somewhere over the rainbow. But the eyes were empty. You only imagined someone stood behind the mirror, looking out, looking in. No mirror could be found, no end to the rainbow, no separate colors, no light and shadow dancing, no sides, no end to this love, no beginning. Cloud of unknowing revealed endless brilliance, the sun and moon switched places, all is reflected light. We are echoes dancing in the surround sound of love's deep abyss, reverberations of multifaceted softness, exploding, imploding, blooming, wilting. Wind blows through you as you are the wind. Life flows through you as you are life dancing, drowned in your own embrace. The battlefield was love, and you were it. As beliefs about what you and the world is like, what you are not, begin to fall away, you may begin to feel dizzy, surreal, free. You may try to grasp things, but your hand and heart will fall through, not even nothing. All reference points will be lost. The compass spins and lands nowhere. There is no hand to grasp, no one to land, no shore to the sea of dreams. All the tension of the imaginary lines between an inside and an outside is breaking. Some snap and the shards pierce you deeply, as if the sky were shattering. Every piece was a reflection of you, and there is a discovery that it is all smoke and mirrors. It feels like dying. It feels like time dies. There can be a mourning of your own death. Then it's realized you never existed. There was never anyone to be free or bound. It was just a net of words that could never catch the amazing fluidity of this symphony of perception, this edgeless sensorial display and its inseparable recognition. I called it falling through the cage of words, but then I realized I was the cage of words. It simply became transparent. The feeling that we are walking a tightrope between birth and death can disappear into a most marvelous sense of placelessness, an edgeless, sensuous lostness with no one to be lost or found. Chandeliers of starlight fall into and through light and dark, burn deep holes in all the secret pockets where you try to hide all that fear, all that hope, all those doubts and questions, all that love. All life is extinguished. Love bleeds into itself, breathing tears into endless seas. You had been waiting for this sword of wisdom to fall. You had no idea how much it would hurt to have all the shards of dreams and empty promises break open your skin, your smile, your tears, your bones, your blood, your heart, your hands, your eyes, the ultimate truth, an idea without substance, meaning, an empty concept, like you, like me, like love. Moonlight is empty of moon. Shadows fall through reflected light. There are no clothes that will hide the brilliance that you are looking for, that you seek, that you are. Language seemed to shatter the world into an inside and an outside. Infinite shards of sky pierced my heart. A lifetime of looking for a solid shore, to view the sunset I feared, to feel my footsteps were a dance with meaning and direction, and I cast my dreams into endless seas and waited for my return. What breaks the enchantment? Who crashes through the looking glass to find there are no sides nor middle, nor ground on which to stand, no one to lead or follow? The dance floor falls away. All ideas of meaning and purpose and any ground of being, anything permanent or things to change, even love, vanished. The worded world is no longer believed in, yet it is my world. Welcome home to a voyager who never left or returned. Mountains sank into sky, sky spilled into sea, rivers of moon soared into my heart, clouds boiled, blood ran through the streets, sunset broke the horizon, colors poured into a china cup. I drank deeply, light and shadow, fell into the abyss. What devoured time? What sank the ship of dreams? Naked without number, bathed in evening glow, without fear I sing. My heart was a broken stone, shattered by moonlight, shattered by love, shattered by a million years of loneliness, washed with sunlight and clouds and vast unending seas, tumbled by earthquakes, torn by desire, pierced with shards of itself, reflections scattered my world, lost was nothing and everything. Reckless sea of unknowing ripped every sail, blew apart the wind itself, sank every ship of dreams. All harbors vanished. No one was sailing. The rudder an empty dream, leaving no wake or footprint. Orbs soar across the vault of sky, kiss their reflection in the fiery sea. Blood of stillness, ache of silence, singing, singing, singing. Your unfathomable splendor. I love that. You may find you no longer know where you wanted to go, or where you came from, or where you are. No longer spinning with ideas, you skip out of the grooves of assumed knowing. A delicious unknowing may embrace you, and you may forget why you wanted to count the stars, as the light flows through you, as you. You will forget why you wanted to hold the wind, as the wind flows through you, as you. You will not remember why you wanted to hold love, as love flows through you, as you. Seared by sorrow and joy, tears fell into their shadows. The river swallowed my footprints, wind erased my breath. There was nothing hiding, no secret to unravel, no mystery to unlock. It was all written with disappearing ink, this flowing manuscript of love, unsigned, unwritten, unheard, this music that sings me. Pouring, roaring, rushing, soaring, this magnificent, undeniable aliveness. I find myself adrift on unseen currents through the arteries and veins of love, the heartbeat of existence. Jewels spin without a center, radiance has no source. Infinite facets mirror shards of light, reflections of reflections waltz. Endless sky echoes the song of vast uncharted seas, sliding into seas. I am the songster and the song, breathless, wordless, stunned with this unfathomable beauty. Silence falls through silence, the hush swallows the hush, songs spill through me, cascading over me like ever-falling petals of midnight moon, anointing me with words of wonder. I am nameless, and every name. Lace of sky woven with stars and long waving trees. Where is the footprint of infinity? Who can hold this love? Who would want to? Seared by infinite suns, naked even of light, bathed in utter beauty, where no words can punctuate the dark, I sing. The journey ends when all paths collide. Time dies when never and forever crash through each other. Not even a mystery is left to unfold, no present to open, no secret to uncover. Your face blossoms with a wondrous unknowing of no goal to reach, no place to rest, no one to land. The petals of your reflection peel off as the walls dissolve. All is joy, is love, is awe. Seamless, brilliant liquidity, silent stillness sings, reverberates through all and everything. You can feel this. It seems just beyond your grasp, and it is. You can never touch it or hold it. The reaching for it is it. The longing for it is it. You cannot leave or return to placelessness. It is hope of gaining this and fear of not that define you. I can hear you scratching at imaginary walls. I hear you weeping, and all I can see is unimaginable beauty. There are no prescriptions for awakening or for life. Life does itself. There is no right or wrong way to think, to feel or act or believe, to live or love or die. No chooser of these things, and no separate things from which to choose. Life is all of a piece and has no edges. Can you find an outside to what is going on? Is there really more, other, better, next? What would you be if the path fell away? Where would you be if your feet dissolved? What would happen if all that love you fear to feel truly, deeply, eviscerated all ideas of permanency, all feeling of solidity, and your heart broke so deeply that it was no longer yours? Who could claim love? Who could hold the day? Who could chain the seas? Mountains slide into valleys, seas fall into skies. When the horizon unties itself and you fall through the mirror, shards slice the sunset, reflecting your infinite beauty, as you discover there are no sides nor middle, just a daydream flowing, a love song unfolding, singing your name just like this. I crashed through the mirror, trying to kiss my reflection. Every shard reflected the universe as it pierced my heart. All sides collapsed into themselves. Not even the middle was left. Love untied and united what was never apart. And I was just an imaginary dancer of wind and song, my breath a foggy footprint in a sea of mists. I found there were no empty mirrors, just empty reflections, dancing in each other's love light. Light reflecting light, tears and tears and tears, echoes singing, bathing in deep, deep pools of wonder. All and everything dissolve into seamless, infinite beauty. Liquid love shimmers in its own reflection, waters laughing. Clouds swallow the ocean. Wind sweeps across the sands, twisted pines reaching, reaching. Your heart, a vacant beach, longing for the marrow of love. You tossed all your dreams aside, but this one quest. And you have found yourself following your own footsteps, hearing your own voice in the wilderness, calling your name. There are no signs up ahead or behind. Betrayed by even the moon, the stars have lost their familiar faces. strewn across the vastness, countless suns. No one warned you that there would be no prize at the end of the rainbow that slid through you, erasing all color and light, and love another shadow, lost in mirrored seas. You were burned in love's fire, drowned by sky, and spit out by the sea. You lie among seaweed and faded marigolds, sand heavy, twisted with ancient driftwood, gazing up as the clouds slowly reveal the moon once again, tossing endless seas with vast, clear light. You are simply reflections of wind's forgotten face falling through itself. I am this river of desire, drowning in myself. Currents whirlpooling, dancing, sunset's reflection echoes in these songs. This longing to share, to sing, this music that cannot be heard, yet is always on, shimmering waves of wonder, bathing, breathing, in and through love's inner kiss. No secret to reveal, nothing can be said or shared. All we are is the assumed knowing of what is going on. When that is no longer believed, well, something indescribably delicious, a wondrous unknowing, subsumes the dream. She listened for her name when the wind blew through the garden, looked for signs in the dark under piles of autumn leaves, buried stones revealed in starlight, bones of earth and sky, lush and rich beyond measure. Words and symbols lost their meaning as she watched her hands try to filter gold from the sunset, streaming through the leaves and their song. She could find no distance between the magic she sought and that which was all around her and through her. Her name was everywhere and nowhere. It was the sound of seeds sprouting in the dark, the sound of rain on the window, the song of wind, the evening crow. All words and no words sing this song of beauty. No longer driven by the need to know, to capture the magic, the fluidity of life, suspended as vast non-spatial edgelessness and simultaneously living and loving as this magnificent passion play, a watercolor love song singing itself, singing my name, singing your name, painting all things, beauty, love, magic. You thought you could hide in love's shadow, deep in the dark, where shadows weave shadows, where light is a lover's dream. Searching for your footsteps, you spiral slowly towards your reflection, longing to taste the sweetness of light, longing for that lover's kiss, to penetrate the deepest untouched places under your breast. You cannot hide from your own heartbeat. This taste of earth, this unending sky, swoops down and swallows you. It is your own love that sings these words, that pierces all that you considered holy, that rips apart the rosary of time. Such beauty in the falling petals, gracefully kissing their reflection in the waters, submerging, merging, revealing your unfathomable splendor. I am this loving of you. It forms my inlines and my outlines. All imaginary lines are drawn with love's caress, like lines drawn in water, with water. We are love's shadows fading in the morning sun, never separate, always separate, held in the all-embracing light of day and night, and hands that have never held a thing. Not even nothing. Just this evening, these finches, this cascade of falling shadows, burnt in the setting sun. You are moon glow without a moon, shimmering on the empty streets, ricocheting down the canyon, an echo without sound, a song without a singer, a story without a writer, without a pen or mark. Wind sings wind into this song and blows itself away. Not here, nor there, nor everywhere, nor nowhere. There is no heart to hold you, nor heart that cannot. What is in every word, uttered by the clouds as they dissolve into sky? Dream castles crumbling, homes where no one lived, written with sky in sky, wind in wind, light in light, space in space. The story unwrites itself. When all words vanish, so do you. No one can know what it is like for another, not even their closest lover. We can never actually touch another. We are confined to the imaginary walls that define us. We are them. Rose blossoms fall, softly, softly. Doves bring the morning on their wings. Wind sings through the trees and dancing shadows. Lace of spring crochets light and shadow. Tears fall, wet into wet. Liquid light streams through this dance. Awe adorns this shimmering mirage. Young sunflowers heavy with dew. I am after images of diamonds exploding into light. Morning moon falls over the canyon. Mirrored light emptied my pockets of shadows. Love turned inside out and wept at its own demise. Reflections of the breath of nowhere spun into mirrors dancing, ripped away deep, deep darkness of fear and hope, erased an imaginary daydream. Who was tied to slender shadows, awaiting the night? Who stands in the doorway of this house of echoes? There is no singer, yet I am this song. And all that I had considered good and beautiful exploded into infinite tears and poured through all that I had believed to be repugnant and vile. Never and forever collided as time lost its fingerprints. All that I had loved and hated about myself and others and the world was subsumed in endless reflections of awe. As I peered into the mirror, it crashed through itself. Sky fell through sky, and there was no one watching. Surround sound, heartbeat of existence, reverberates from the inside and out, dissolves all edges. This love symphony sings. I can no longer find my voice, of water flowing in water, wind soaring through wind, neither pushed nor pulled. Light illuminates itself through our liquid eyes. Under these swirling mirrored skirts, there is no one dancing. There are no threads to unravel beneath the warp and woof of time. Tapestry unwinds to reveal tattered remnants, wisps of thought, memories of love's reflection. Echoed glances weave the curtain that cannot part, but become transparent. There is no outside to this passion play, this watercolor dreamscape flowing, this exquisite shimmering that has no source. No things are real. There are no things. No things are false. Catch the breeze in your empty hand. Hold on tight. You know this fluid love song that has no words, yet includes all words. Feeling deeply this wind ballet of one, of two, of many, of none. There are no sides to the mirror or a middle that you crashed through when time dissolved into infinite beauty. You are this love song. It sings itself like this. Joy and sorrow merge, and love weeps at its own beauty. I am the song that sings me. There is no one wearing these words or listening to this music, no one falling through the rhythms and following the punctuation. Consonants are my teeth and bones, vowels my blood, beating my heart, breathing me. I do not hold them in my mouth. They flow through me, as me. Wind fills me, empties me, as I am the wind. I am love, the lover, and the beloved. You may find yourself slipping, losing your grip. All handholds lost. The very ground of being collapsing, sliding down the arc of a rainbow and up the other side. Catapulted into the vast unknown, crashing through infinite shards of starlight, shredding every tattered remnant of what you believed you were and were not. You find yourself suspended as nothingness, soaring naked, winged iridescence, transparent brilliance, all and everywhere. A beautiful unknowing has swallowed the universe of things. All solidity vanished. There is no one who reached the end of the rainbow. All is treasure, beyond belief or understanding or imagination. Yet you find yourself dancing in the world of things. The passion play continues, with no acting on your part, stripped of even a nakedness that no one wears. Watercolor dreamscape slides down the river with no next. There is all subsuming ease, ever new, wonder abounds. This kiss of life singing itself is all encompassing. It has no movement, no direction or place, nor beginning nor end, yet exists only as the movement, and the imaginary intervals that create the melody, these imaginary spaces between kisses, is where we live. How many words, how many worlds, infinite boundless emptiness blooms and wilts. He kissed his reflection in the mirror, cold glass. Where is the marrow of love? What is the song love sings? Stripped of flesh and blood and bones, simply empty reflections, sourceless, baseless. There is no one painting the colors in the stream, no one pointing at the moon, nor moon to point to. You are the light and the reflection. Colors bloom through your eyes. Water streams through its own wetness. Outside and inside are lost in love's caress. They never were. Iridescence remains when the bubble pops. Love has no center. You will not find it on the garden path. It is the garden and the path and the looking for it. It is the wind and your heartbeat, and these very words that create the spell, the enchantment that you are. Etched with sky in sky, echoes sing your name, plum blossoms falling, petals on the river. Deep in the garden that no one plants or waters or wanders or rests, or lays beneath the swaying blossoms, dusted with moonlight. I was hiding under piles of autumn leaves, digging for sunlight, longing for a picture of wind to blow me away, to breathe love into my heart and songs in my lungs. I awoke one morning pierced with supersaturated brilliance, coming from everywhere and nowhere, erasing all shadows and imaginary lines between you and me and love. Love kissed me back into the garden. She was beating my heart and breathing my lungs and singing her song through these lips and this kiss of midnight, moonlight, and sun. There is no space between the lips and the kiss, the breath and the song, yet this is where I live. The longing to be beautiful is your beauty. It feels like loving someone and the missing of them is the same. My heart aches with the unutterable beauty of everyone I see. You move me, twirl me into a love dance that cannot help but sing of the hugeness, the enormity, the explosion of light into light that forms me, dances me, this unbearable wondrousness that has no words, that is all words. No one seeks, no one follows, no one leads, no one becomes enlightened, No one is endarkened, no one dances with the wind, or sings these songs of freedom beyond freedom, of love beyond love, of a beyond which has no beyond, or before, or after. We are all characters in a passion play that writes itself. A swirling collage of beliefs and preferences, of memory and thoughts of a never arising next. No one has memory. We are less substantial than the stories lovers tell, of stars strewn across the night-time sky that seem to form creatures with arrows shooting the sun, of cloud castles shimmering on the beaches of endless tomorrows. Birds seem to sing, but that is the story of us singing. Trees seem to dance in the wind, but that is a beautiful love story of skies and seas and long rivers flowing into an edgeless ocean. I am a flowing thought dream, and that is yet another story painting the dream of I am. When nothing is believed, there is not even nothing left. Just this love dance of one, of two, of many, of none, twirling, echoing, streaming down the canyon of winds. Just like this, it whispers our names, and we appear, bedazzled by each other's magic. Without each other, we have no imaginary lines. And I am the loving of you, and I love you for that. Winds of light, of dark, of memory swirl, illuminating tales of moonlight dancing, of secrets whispered and never heard or forgotten. Long lost treasures wrapped in moonglow, shimmering in day, in night, in the lonely places in between. Mirages fall through their reflection, again and again, and lose their fragrance of solidity. Swimming through a rainbow, waltzing with the after images of time, a kiss that love forgot, a touch that only silence can sing, this all-pervasive thunder roars through the sky, the sea, the depths of the earth, and reverberate in my blood, my bones, in the beat of my heart. It is the song that sings these lips, this tongue, this mouth, these very words into a flowing tapestry of a girl, a woman, a songster, a poet, a lover. As she falls through her own sky-like reflection, words fall through words, and not even nothing is left. Just a wisp of memory, of a ripple of empty space, swooning through itself. Words are empty, yet sing this magnificent world into being. Space is empty, yet is part of the dance of empty full. Empty is empty, and we cannot conceive of that which is not a that. Maw of desire gnawed the marrow of my heart, drank my blood, consumed with fire every secret place I tried to hide, and my naked bones cried out as I lie awake all night on a bed of nails. Losing everything, finding it was nothing, that I was nothing more or less than a flowing thought dream, less substantial than the colors in a rainbow fading into sky. Rivers sing of their own wetness, their rippling beauty weeps. Like this I sing, where is the world you are losing? Was it ever, were you ever? Whose hand holds the sunrise as it slides into day? Whose tears slide down these cheeks? Whose words slide through these lips? Whose lips kiss this song into a world not mine nor yours? We are this dream singing itself. Vowels reverberate in your heart. Your mouth moves. I hear a love song. It is impossible to fall out of this love, this enchantment that you are, that we are, alone, together. Eyes of mirror moon, who owns the light? Who dances in deep, dark shadows, flirting with the day? It is only the song of the wind dancing, invisible in dark and light. I am the breath of sunflowers turning slowly, awaiting the dawn. I am the night hawk swooning, and the fireflies bleeding into the morning. Swallowing the moon. Trying to kiss my reflection in the stream, longing for some solidity, all was lost in the shimmering. The mountains behind me could not be climbed, nor could I dance in the clouds. The lostness consumed me, kissed me from the inside and out, like I had never been kissed before, subsumed all confusion and non-confusion, all knowing and not knowing, all meaning and non-meaning, all this, all that, even love and its kiss. Bonfire of solitude rips off the tattered remnants of hope and fear. Love simply a name for what has no name or number. Under the waterfall of tears, there is no one wearing this naked wonder. These splendiferous clothes of light and shadow and colors soaring. Moon, a deathless song of reflections, echoes shimmer, lighting a ghostly path to nowhere, illuminating your feet. Love reveals your naked longing and fear of the end of tomorrow and the end of hope. Tears, the water of life. Love drowns in its own beauty. Words upon words upon words upon words, wet in wet in wet in wet, skimming the surface of names, rippling shine and shadow. Life dances like this. Between life and death, love answers its own echo, and you hear your own voice singing your name. There is no heart to be bound or free. Cannot you see the sparrow and feel this tender beauty? Cannot you see the sky and feel this endless vastness? Are you not these feelings that truly cannot be held? Like a wild mist dancing and fading in the early morning light, love has kissed you deeply, and you are her morning song. Wind has no hands, no strings, no words to capture itself. Only in its flowing does it exist. Thought stream has no hands, no outside or inside, no distance to erase. It creates all things and their absence. Wind folds into itself. Singing of wind, we are its story. Singing of love, we are love's story. Tears and your heart are handholds in the wind that has no place or emptiness. Simply this breath, these words that name themselves, this love that finds itself. Through your eyes, a storybook character dances in the wind, and is the wind dancing. Under closed shutters, thin thread of morning circles the cricket song. The heart holds no secrets, it's only words that fail. Chambered nautilus unravels its iridescence, reflecting your beauty. Your heart has always been broken. No strings can play your heart song. Overtones reverberate deeply, deeply. You can hear your own voice. You are its echo, swallowing the moon. Images fall through images, fall through images, fall through images. Traceries in the dream seem to coalesce and then dissipate. Infinite particles create waves, flowing. Words are lightning, severing the world into things, into the hand of God painting you, painting him. Cast adrift as starlight song, words are fire, ancient and new, creating you, erasing you. This puzzle box has no key, no entrance, no exit. It unravels as it does, when it's realized there are no things to untangle, no goal to reach, no one striving to capture this magic. This wondrous, unknowable life dances itself. Treetops in the wind, one leaf falls, golden evening sun, the river flows. Shadows slide through shadows, light flows through light, Castaway words hover on the brink of loneliness, where ropes are frayed, and clouds are tattered, and ocean spray saturates your sunset with rainbows and forgotten dreams. I am memories. I hear my sonorous voice sing of endless seas and the end of time. Footless I wander on the beaches of this shoreless ocean, this home I never left, where no one returned. Seaweed tangled in my hair, nakedly loving this dance, this ballet of light and shadow. Breathless I waltz. Like these windy seas tossed into moonbeams, folded into sensuous lostness, never a light to find, never any darkness to lose. Supersaturated with brilliance, wind dances with wind, sweeps my heart across the dance floor like this. My fingers slide across the keyboard, singing my morning song as it sings me into the morning. No one wears this heart of broken shadows or dances in this love light. It is love itself, waltzing with itself. Love a word, like you, like me. I am all words of ancient voices and songs yet to come, the echo of primordial dreamscapes dancing in their own light. We are but echoes, basking in each other's reflections. There is no primal voice or words other than these words, sung by no one, sung by everyone. I love you, the most beautiful words, cannot capture this love. You know that. Yet these words are all we have. We are them. Love softly folds itself into all the deepest places where I tried to hide, and unfolded my dark and light into a ballet of spinning shine and shadow, consuming each other. This heartbreakingly beautiful dance from everywhere and nowhere pierced me, caressed me from the inside and out. My brilliance drank itself, extinguished in love's pyre. Not even ashes were left for the wind to scatter. No hollow bones to hunger, no teeth to gnaw, no voice to howl at the night. No one to walk the deep, dark places in between, where not even nothing is found or lost. Rainbows had washed through me, and I dissolved into sky, like clouds sailing over the canyon walls, until only seamless blue seems to be cradled in the cliffs. Then the canyon collapsed. The very ground fell through itself. Light spilled into light, and space poured into space. Not even emptiness could fill. And a song was heard from across the distance. It was an echo of a love song, my love song, my voice, my words, my tears, yet never not mine. It is the voices of everyone, the song of no one, reverberating in this choir of humanity, weeping, laughing, wondering at the mystery and majesty of love. Welcome home, the voice said. I love you. And I wept. Tears flowing freely, for everyone, for no one, for every reason, for no reason. I am the hush before morning, the song of the dark, and the swoon of first light. Still going, okay? I am the hush before morning, the song of the dark, and the swoon of first light. The window reflecting the steam of my tea, rising, twisting, curling, disappearing in the dark. Only a wallpaper face remains. There is no one to claim it. Cloud-scattered moonlight bathes the flowered carpet, roses cascading in the garden. Hide. Waterfall of words paint the night with light and shadow, suggest deep, dark secrets, pockets of unknown, unseen transparency, a palpable flesh of mystery longing to be discovered. Where is the veil to look behind? Who would gaze through a mirror with imaginary sides? What penetrates the dark when darkness is a dream? Clouds on fire burnt the sky. Space fell apart into a million pieces of gold. My head exploded. My heart dissolved. Time unleashed itself and ran into the sunset. I could not chase it as I had no feet. There was no path to the edge of unknowing, but it swallowed me anyway, swallowed the earth and sky and drank vast, limitless seas. It was love's empty breath that sang the world into being again and found me wandering the beaches, weeping, not here, not there. I am memories of cloud shadows racing across the dunes. A ballet of love and nothing at all. Maybe it is done. There it is. Colors cannot dance without the echo of your voice. The sea has no song of its own. It has no movement without your breath. You are the dancing of your beautiful reflection. No petals can hold your colors, blooming and fading. No feathers can keep your magnificent iridescence. No waters can stop these tears from flowing, this dream of dreaming. Reflection of moon shimmers on the waters that cannot hold your story, painting itself with these words, with these tears, with these very thoughts that you tried so hard to stop. Morning hangs from threads of moonlight. I rise with sweet ascending notes of a bird I have never seen. Her song paints my echo on the canyon walls. Words fold light into light, capsizing the nighttime dream of tattered moons. Deep blues and greens dissolve into fire of day, searing wonder into my breast, watching my footsteps erase themselves while my feet seem to dance. Hollow parentheses flow into and through rippling space. Holding nothing, memory flows. River of song washes through me. Melodies no one sung erupt into whirlpools. I slide down the rainbow's edge. My colors bleed into edgeless light. Flowing arabesque of wind in wind, lace of sky through shimmering leaves, traceries of forgotten shadows, bending, sweeping, breathing, chasing my footfalls down empty streets. I am the dance of shine and shade. I am the song of winds. Silence presses my lips together into this perfect kiss of wind and light and shadow soaring through me as me. I am the loving of you. I do not exist outside of your love light. Stars fell from above and below, pierced my eyes, fell through my heart, eviscerating all ideas of love. I was shipwrecked by the dawn, washed away by the song of no tomorrow, blossoming tides of supersaturated light, reflections flowing on endless seas, suspended as nothingness in unfathomable depths of unknowing, bathed in infinite edgelessness, breathing underwater. I heard my heart song calling. I flew up through light, light swooning through me, and reappeared on the surface. Yet, still sea and sky and wind flow through me. I am the shimmering dance of wind and light and tears, a ballet of love and nothing at all. Love tattooed my name on the water with my own blood and tears. My name was forgotten in the beauty of countless rivers rushing into endless seas. Hanging boughs of infinite flowers blossomed and fell, softly, softly, and kissed their reflection as I fell through mine. Wet into wetness, light into light, beauty into beauty, love into love was all there ever was. There is nothing here, there is nothing there. There is no here nor there, no place to land, nor anyone falling. Not even the wind dancing, nor silence singing. No blossoms or sky falling through me, searching for love, created a gap between me and it, and the incision hurt like hell. I fell through fathomless depths, reflecting endless sky. Not even nothing could be found. Light and wind and space flow through me as I am the wind, caressing my softness. I am a light ballet, spiraling through myself. I am the mirror of love's echo. Sky painted my reflection with sky. Looking for love, I fell up, drowning in my empty eyes. River of song shimmered in the canyon, singing my name, all names, nothing more or less than wind in wind. Echoes flow through vast unknowing, reverberations of love's demise. Endless parentheses extend infinitely without movement or direction. Space falls through space and kisses my eyes, softer than 1,000 petals, illuminated from within and without. A light ballet pirouettes in light, transparent without measure or time. This is my love song to you. The sky broke into a million pieces of blue. I watched the sharpness of my broken heart scatter reflections of yesterdays across the vast desert ocean, pictures sinking, like all dreams do, into the sea of forgotten songs. Paintings of imaginary tomorrows where the dream of love resided shimmered on the waves and sank into cold, fathomless depths. It was my heart bleeding into everywhere and nowhere. Rivulets of song streamed through me, the roundness of vowels breathed me into a kiss of one, of two, of many, of none. A light ballet weaving itself into showers of shine and shadow pours through me. I am transparent light dancing with itself. There is not even nothing here until I see my reflection in your eyes. And I weep and I weep and I weep at the beauty, the beauty, the beauty. Words unclothe themselves, reveal a nakedness whose paint has not dried. The body longs for food, but the emotional hunger dried up years and years ago. The empty thirst for freedom and fulfillment retired when the vessel began to overflow with a love light that came from nowhere and everywhere. There were nowheres to be found, only a choiceless murmuring. Yes, how beautiful this love. Butterfly iridescence ripples through liquid light and drinks me as I drink deeply. I am intoxicated with knowing that life does itself and has no separate parts, no morning, noon, and evening, no night that does not permeate the day. Dark and light, simply words, like you and me and love. Holding the words in my mouth like a small, ripe plum, tart and sweet explode. But it is all sweetness, this ripeness of life, this taste of taste, that require an imaginary membrane between inside and out, closer than the tongue in your mouth, is this knowing of this sublime emptiness you wish to grasp. Nakedly, love peers into your eyes and asks you to dance. What is she staring at? There is nothing there. Dreaming of plum blossoms, a naked tree. Infinite wishes tossed into the fountain, autumn bulbs breathe the heart of spring. Sunset casts its shadow in the heart of the living, bursts into an unquenchable flavor of aliveness. In our mouths, these words, not mine, not yours. Can I light your body on fire to know this preciousness, so you will stop curling up in a ball, fearful of the tsunami of love, waiting for the end that is always here. Wisteria unwinds through the breath of old lovers. New lovers sing. I hold the song of spring in my mouth, taste the flowers falling, colors swirl into my tears. Love has no words, it is every word, collapsing into itself. It leaves not a breath to hold or release. Seeing itself, feeling itself, tasting itself through my eyes, my skin, my tongue. This voice that is all voices, this tongue that is all tongues, these eyes that are all eyes, weep the sorrow of aloneness, and we are its echo. The imaginary veil becomes transparent. I get to feel it all deeply. Awe fills the tender hollows in this song and saturates the pain. Life never happened to a someone as she wandered the garden, looking for signs of spring. She does not wait for tomorrow. Dawn has unfurled its wings. Love's kiss swallowed her. Love is an unfathomable wound that no one would want to heal. A lone traveler walks the empty horizon. There is no place left to hide from her aloneness. Wind tugs the loose ends of her hair, unweaving the threads of time and place and number. Her flying carpet dissolves into sky. It was only a dream that there was somewhere to go. Colors and shapes seem to form and dissolve. There was never any solidity. She weeps in the cathedral of sun and moon and deep, deep greens. All is lost and no thing can be found. Love unwinds her shadow. Watercolor dreamscape melts into itself. She soars through edgeless seas. Water slides through its own wetness. How the sun shines just so. From below and above and in between. From within, from without. There are no lines. All direction has been lost. White sea-bird lands on forgotten drifting flowers. She no longer longs to be free. It has all become freedom. There are no things to be bound. Love's coloring book painted the sky so vast, it ripped space and time apart, and plummeted into my chest, seared my feet like lightning, poured its brilliance into the ground, exploded the very core of earth, and evaporated all ideas of solidity. Where were my feet walking when she called my name? I heard only my echo drifting across the evening sands. Unbearably beautiful, this light, this all-consuming light that poured through its reflection, ripped apart time and space, showering infinite shards with razor-fine edges through the known universe and slashed through my skin, ripped out my heart, pierced love's magic, revealed the marrow of loneliness, fanned the flame of hope and fear, joy and sorrow, you and me, and burned all light and shadow in love's beautiful pyre until there were no bones or flesh to bleed, no world to dismantle, no wind to blow away. The memory of my ashes, the last cinders dissolved, all illusion vanished, the very vanishing erased itself. And what can one say about the emptiness of empty? All words paint the dream of separation. It is these songs that sing me into this lover's dream. We are merely streaming shadows dancing with ourselves across the canyon walls. Like this, she said, like this. Here is your fullness. Here is your emptiness. Here is your birth and death. Here is the love you longed for, basking in the summer sun. I watch the rich evening color caress your beautiful face and shimmer in your sublime tears. Kissed by sunlight, kissed by moonlight, we exist only in this love ballet. We are it. Nothing under the skin. Canyon roars with waterfalls of echoes, words weave a tapestry of memory, ripping into this very sunrise, where there is no end or beginning to this brilliant transparency. Light streaming through light, shadows crocheting shadows. Oh, such unknowable vastness, where there is no direction or time, not even nothing. I appear as a reflection in your eyes. I see poems weeping. My chest, my heart, my lungs were pierced by love and ripped inside out that I may breathe under water. Under love there is nothing there. What drank the night? What drinks the day? My eyes pour beauty. Love pours itself. We are the drinking of our own love. Love bleeds like light pouring into light, like water flowing through water, tears into tears. Life flows through you, in you, as you, emptying you, filling you, a bottomless treasure chest. Winter trees clothed in clouds pierce the skin of sky. Rain of all desire washes you away. River of song left a watermark in your heart that blew away, blew away, blew away with the sunset. Wings are not needed for the sky to swallow you. You have always been part sky. Feet are not needed for the earth to cover you. You have never left your beautiful home. Gills are not needed to breathe underwater. These slits open when your heart is slashed by love and love lost. Hearts are necessary for life to sing you, twirl you, pierce you with your own love, to feel so deeply the crushing of earth and sea into sky. Softness is required to feel the wind upon your cheeks. Tears are needed to cast reflections of love's echo upon the world. The blending of silence, leaves in the morning wind. First robin. No birds, no wind, no morning. Not even nothing under these words. Poems written with sounds, I feel them resonate in the chambers of my heart. Vibrate my tongue and teeth and lips. A nautilus unfolds, daffodils blossom. Many autumns ago the bulbs were planted, but I fell off the timeline between earth and sky. 1,000 suns explode. 1,000,000 schools of fish dart and turn. The world races to the sound of your voice. Catapulting dreams across the sky, incised by rainbows, colors melt into endless blue. Every shard of hope for other dashed, pelted into infinity. Where there is nothing eternal, no things to change, not one atom of water is its wetness. Wet a word that is not wet. Spring morning, naked trees, clothed in clouds, robin song. Yellow mug warms my hands, steam rises. Sky is not broken by clouds or trees or morning. Painted by thought, the universe appears. And morning streams across the sky. Love and beauty enter the world through our eyes. Love has no house, you need not enter. I am a flowing poem, a love song caressing the universe into being. Origami swans unfolding into sails, shining with sunset, tears unravel endless wetness, singing the pages of your life. Love crocheted tiny buds under my skin, pinpricks like stars in the night, waiting to explode, to bloom. The fully flowering of joy requires deep, deep sorrow. Colors dance only in me. Tears have no label. What is this wetness that watered the buds? Where was the light they ran to meet joyously? Dark and light kissed and disappeared into immeasurable blankness, and the stars reappeared as reflections in your eyes, and I saw myself dancing, you and me, light and dark. This magic is love, is rainbows twirling on the tip of your tongue. Everyone's voice, everyone's fire ascending, cascading into this river of song, endless hands cupping the water, remarking at the light. Wetness seems to hold. Dreams unfold dreams. What peels away the paint of this passion play? What unravels the letters of these words, these missives tossed into the waters? What dissolves these moving pictures? How deep is sky? How wide this love? I am a fire in the house of love. Love's softness has no edges. It ripped through me, sucked me through its searing teeth of light, gnawed on the sweetness in the marrow of my being, burned all ideas of something sacred, something just, something true, some place safe, something called love. Sorrow has no edges. My cries cut the moon into pieces. Falling through my echo, I watched my sunset ask me to dance. How big was my shadow when I waltzed with myself? Reflections of reflections on the canyon walls, twirling, twisting, bending, stretching, ebbing and flowing within my own embrace. A pirouette of wind erased my footprints as we touched the evening of warm desert sands. Sorrow has no end, nor love. Joy another word for nothing but this. Evening song in the hollow of moon. On trembling paper wings, breath of sunlight flows, sigh of morning, gently, gently opens my eyes, kisses my heart under the green canopy of spring-laced sky. Heartbeats echo through this empty shell of translucent memories. Fingertips cannot draw themselves or erase the clouds. There is nothing inside or outside this illusion of tears, weeping for no one, weeping for everyone. I have never been anything or nothing. Unending awe seems to describe a circle that has no end or beginning nor center. It spins and subsumes all in its embrace. It does not come from me, but encircles an idea of a me, and without your spinning, there is no dance. I am your heart song, and you are mine. I bathe in after images of robin song. I am rippling photographs of echoes, blooming, fading. Plum blossoms fall through me. Words paint light and dark, and a lone figure walking down the sidewalk, kicking through piles of old leaves. In love with the day, swooning through my shadow, I am this gentle, piercing awe of the streaming dream that sings me. Words seem to create imaginary separation. When the thought stream is no longer believed, the imaginary veil between you and the symphony of perception, the amazing sensorial display, seems to disappear. Imaginary separation is no longer felt. No one lives in this suit of skin and bones. No one lives inside this broken heart. This intense feeling of aloneness is you. You can never touch another or get inside an imaginary other. You are this longing to touch. What makes this aloneness and this longing sublime? Knowing and feeling that all separation is imaginary. All my life I longed to hear a song I had never heard, like longing for a memory of something I never experienced, longing for a taste that did not exist, yet feeling like I had a tongue that could taste it. I feared this desire. It felt it was slicing my heart, and nothing could ever glue the pieces together. But now I know I am this longing, this broken-hearted beauty, this longing to touch you, to sing to you, knowing I never can. I know we are imaginary personas, masks that no one wears. I know that I do not exist without you. and I love you for that. Rolling through infinite color, the spectrum of time and place meets at both ends. What's left when the dancing stops and rainbows are simply echoes of sky? Which green do you take out of the crayon box to scribble over your face when you know you can no longer hide? On the other side of the mirror, death watches, mimics the movement of your hands as you try to wipe the mirror clean. Twisted branches lace the sky. It is not broken. Joy in sorrow, sorrow in joy. Love extends infinitely. It cannot be broken. How beautiful these tears. How wondrous this love. This broken heart was never mine. I am it. Life simply does itself, looking and feeling like anything at all. There's no source or wholeness or emptiness appearing as all this. There's just this. There is no that. No one would want this, and I would not ask anyone I know to go through this agony. Yet the sublime sheer wonder that is always on was worth every tear. Sun sweeps across the cloudy canyon. Finches bathe in the last puddle, sailing through reflections of plum blossoms. I wanted to spiral into myself and out of myself, unwind the backbeat of time, suspecting that this was nowhere. I was crushed under the weight of my own aloneness and found it was everyone's. There was no God or oneness or love or anyone to merge with it. No one sitting on the edge of a rainbow, weeping. The heartstrings of the universe play our love songs. We feel this music deeply. It is us. It is us. I live in love as love, through love, knowing that there is no me, nor you, nor love. Peering into the physical world and finding nothing substantial will not necessarily translate into the knowing feeling that there are no things or non-things and no one to know that. Thought unravels the preceding thought. Before is thought, thought is thought. Spinning yarns that cannot be found, etch a sketch of sky in sky. Under the words there is not even nothing. Nothing is a word like you. Autumn wind swept down the canyon. Words pierced my heart. Heart, a word, like love. Longing to find solace, hoping to hold the vowels in my mouth, to savor the flavor of taste itself. Sparkling canyon stream, a running line of letters written to no one, pleading for my own return, no one knowing no one had left. Not even a shadow of wind could toss its head and roar. Not one footstep echoing in the canyon will lead to tomorrow. The song of the canyon, this imaginary space between echoes, sings, "Hello, I love you." This awakeness, this aliveness, this awareness of being aware, this obvious wondrousness that you are, without name or number, lives only in the canyon of love. Searching the sky for a familiar face, reflections of yesteryear faded into her shadow. Vast tides could not contain the sea, nor tall mountains hold the sky. Yet in the palm of her hand she watched her tears gather. She was simply empty echoes of a song rippling across the vastness. Undertow of time sucked out the fear of myself, spinning words across the daydream my mouth could not hold. We were simply pinpoints in a theater of dreams, stars exploding and fading in each other's light. The black backdrop seemed to hide the light, but nothing was left to erase. No one's hand holds the magic wand. It either taps you on the crown or not. I wept as all the jewels fell into the river and scrambled down the banks, my heart ripped to shreds as hope took its last breath. I drowned, and the slits in my heart became gills. Sorrow and joy rushed through me, pouring me out, ripping my heart in half. I saw my reflection on the other side of love and sailed right through it. There were no sides to merge or split apart, no middle ground to hide my face. Life is a constant kiss of sighs, falling through a song of wind. Hello, goodbye, hello. Ocean crashes into itself over and over and over until the very atoms and particles of water dissolve. Love falls through itself until there is nothing left to grasp and no hand or heart to hold it. Night enfolds its blackness into the dearth of light. Darkness presses its lips upon the ground. The heat of day smolders still. Reaching up through tangled grasses, the earth waits, as I once did, for the kiss of magic of love's fire to engulf me in her light. I could never have imagined how it would feel to be burnt alive until even death sounded better. This morning of 1,000 suns, my world dying, and no one to walk among the blackened embers or greet the new day that is always dawning and setting. With no lips to kiss it, to sing of this marvelous iridescence, this penetrating, searing light, there is no dark or light. After love has consumed you, there is no going back. There is no back, only a dream of dancing shadows burning. What words bring out your nakedness that you thought you had hidden in a pocket of that old winter coat, eaten by mice, stuffed into the back of a closet with those old shoes? They have holes in the soles, but you have walked many miles, danced 1,000 suns in them, kissed the hero and lost him at dawn when he cut off his legs and went begging for love. You could not save him. You cannot save yourself from love. No one can speak this language. It slides into the cracks of the earth, parches your mouth, dust devils in the desert, waiting for the rain, saturated with a longing to weep. I love you sings silently, loud and clear. I hear your heart. I hear all hearts, beautifully broken on the hem of desire. Every moment a pinprick, the needle of time cannot mend. And who would want to become a stone, a brick wall, blocking out the sky? Tears dissolve the mortar, and light and love flood you and wash you away. Blood roars, distant sound of ocean, child cries, mother calls across the sparkling sea, pours the sound of home into your bones. Was it a horse I heard nuzzling your heart? Longing for more time, trying to pour the day into a glass, watch it sparkle, and drink you. What are you but this longing for life that lives you, breathes you, pours you into its cup, and watches you sparkle through your beautiful eyes? I looked at my slim shoulders and the unwound gear of spine protruding from my back, covered with a thin layer of flesh, and wondered how I would ever fly without wings, without feathers. But it is the very inability to fly, this beautiful broken heart, that creates the soaring. This softness, the wetness of these eyes, can erase the imaginary lines between me and you. And we soar into each other's hearts and see our reflection and drown in our own loveliness, a water ballet of sky in sky. I am this story of a ballerina walking a tightrope between birth and death, twirling a beautiful umbrella, who fell off, floating on my own breath. My songs sing me to sleep at night and kiss me awake in the morning. Outside of this story, of you, of me, of we, I do not exist. The song extends indefinitely. It has no end nor beginning. It has no movement. It is not still. Yet the dancer will reach the end one day. I am ripples of memory, twirling. And you are death, clutching your purse, pacing the hallway, glancing in all the doors. Everyone looks like you, backlit by curtained window, waiting. No one dies, they kept telling her, and she wanted to believe them, but she was scared. They were young and had never loved and lost love. We spoke often those last 2 years. We laughed and wept and wept and wept. I miss her. No one goes anywhere or nowhere. It's just reflections shimmering on this lake of light. Memory kisses itself, creating an imaginary island of solidity. But there is no one sailing this boat, no wings or sails to unfurl and catch the sunset. No wheel spins, no anchor to fall into the fathomless depths and find no ground to land on. Spinning on the monkey bars through the summer air, grasses waving, elegant wind dancers. I am the music of their softness, the rawness of light, bending into its own shadow. I hold my hand just so, and wonder at the space it seems to capture, and weep at the majesty I seemed to have forgotten when I left the playground. Here we go. Morning stretched her thin fingers into the canyon. Her gossamer touch embraced the shadows, held every tree and branch and leaf trembling in unseen winds, illuminating the hanging cliffs and deep crevices with her song. Walking in wordless wonder, I spiraled through myself and fell into this swoosh of light. These eyes pirouetted among the flowers, held every petal with lanterned grace. I became the waves of grasses flowing through me. I tumbled lightly through sky as sky swallowed itself and dissolved all lines. The majesty of light and dark dissolved. My heart sank like an ocean vessel into fathomless depths of wonder. Sea of diamonds above, sea of diamonds below, collided. Infinite, unparalleled spaciousness consumed all and everything. Floating world of love, sea of dreams, sings. Sound has no outline or inline. Two hands ripple over the lake, weaving a cat's cradle of a song in motion, pouring light into a cup. You long to drink, but the glass shatters. How could it hurt so much when it was only water reflecting your face? Space itself seems to break apart, but it was only a love song that forgot to mention your name. You enter the dimly lit great hall, and there is a beautiful woman or a man sitting on the podium. Maybe she is surrounded by flowers. There is a soft light on her face, and she looks so exceedingly serene. You want some of that calmness. A wonderful feeling of love pours through you. The hushed voices begin to settle down as people get into their chairs and wait for the great moment when she begins to talk. She tells you things you have always longed to hear. That you are not these thoughts and emotions. That you are not this puny character full of ideas and the doer of harmful actions and the things that you feel that make you feel afflicted or broken. You just know this has to be true. You are something special, something divine, something solid and unchanging that is not thought, feeling, action, and belief. You begin to look for this true self, or this thing which is unchanging that you know must be there. All the others share this longing and belief. So this group solidifies all of these ideas that there is something under the mask, that there is someone or thing unchanging which pretends to be a self or seems to wear the persona. You buy her books and watch her videos. You're trying to hypnotize yourself into this belief so that you can feel this calmness she radiates, that sereneness, this beautiful love that you think she has. But it is your love and beauty that you see in her eyes, and your belief that she has something you do not makes you feel more broken. You believe that she is enlightened and can give this to you. She never challenges you, she just draws you further and further into this hypnotic idea of enlightenment, which you buy. You have no choice, as there is no one who has belief or ideas. You are belief and ideas. Yes, self is a mask, but there is no one or thing that wears it. Self is pretense, but there is no one or thing pretending. You exist only as this imaginary character in an objectified dream of separate things and events and moments and time and dimension and causality and inside and outside. There is no outside to this dream. You are it. You are these beliefs, ideas, and preferences. You are this illusion that no one has or makes. You may feel safe in her warm embrace, reading her books, listening to her videos, going to her meetings. I could say that that is her purpose, to keep you safe, but I do not believe in purpose or non-purpose, or meaning or non-meaning. Enlightenment and not enlightenment are simply more ideas, more labels, more imaginary lines, drawing your silhouette in sky with sky. How beautiful you are with your wide, teary eyes. You are the clothes of belief in other, better, more, and next. No one wears them. Love burns itself. Shimmering rainbows of light and water surf the waves, dissolve into their own reflection. Elegant mists rise, greet the morning sun, pirouette with their own echoes. All after images burn. There was nothing to see and no one looking as I peered into the mirror, looking for a true image, for some solidity, something to grasp, someone to kiss, someone to love. The looking glass exploded into smithereens, every shard a piece of what I thought I was and was not, pierced me deeply, until there was nothing left to dance freely on the waves, or rise up into the morning sun and dissolve into the great dream of love. All echoes of ancient shores dissolved. There was no safety, no one to sail the great ocean, no one to seek a harbor. There were no waves or seas or suns or space. Less substantial than these castles made of clouds, there are no castles or clouds or sky or tears. Who weeps at the beauty of this imaginary world, of love's splendor and our broken-hearted beauty? Is the world weeping? Is it you? Is it me? These tears form our inlines and outlines as blood runs through our arteries and veins. Love flows like this. We are the heat and light of 1,000 suns pouring into itself. Trying to peer behind a rainbow, the colors disappear. Under these words there is not even nothing. Consonants and vowels seem to weave this song of things, of everything and nothing, of light and dark, and secret places that seem to be just around the corner, just outside your vision, just outside this song. Outside is a word, like inside, like rainbows and colors, and flowers gently dancing in the morning breeze. Emptiness a word, dusting the worded world with a promise of no tomorrow. A forest of moonbeams waits for your eyes to paint the beauty. As you wait for the night to envelop your tears, you can hear the mountains weeping, A coyote waits for the moon to rise. Echoes reverberate from everywhere and nowhere. Your ears, your eyes caress the dusk, envelop the falling away of any hope of another day and the fear of night. Enlightenment is an idea like you. Where did you get all those ideas? What would you be without them? Thought spins lighter and lighter traces of shine and shadow, weaving an imaginary web that cannot catch light, but seems to kiss it into being. What cannot be kissed is this magnificent unknowing, knowing that there are no things and no one to know them. She waltzes in a dream time of love, in love with itself, spinning ancient shadows into filaments of light, burning themselves in their own flame, their own desire, their own love. You are an idea of love, like a moth drawn to a flame, trying to see itself, trying to kiss itself. Illusion cannot kiss or erase itself. If it is seen that you are the efforting, burning may happen, but it is not pleasant, it is hell. In the end, there are not even ashes or wind to blow them away. And I find myself again every morning. Oh, yes, says this song, here I am, loving you. This is a love dance in love with itself, loving everyone as no separation is felt. Yet those whose stories have become mine, all my lovers, there is a swirling of embrace, of fire in fire, heat in heat, wind in wind, sky embracing and falling into sky, space falling through itself, in love as love through love. Without others' stories I have none. I do not live alone, no one exists alone. Without others, I simply am not. Thought paints this lover's dance of colors rushing into the morning, bird song filling the sky. My entire world is made up. Nothing is knowable, all things are made up, including this unfindable imaginary center. It's not like it's all me or I am that. This feels like utter sublime emptiness, without even emptiness, spaciousness without space, love without love, no you nor me nor we, yet eyes seem to appear, no one looking out, no one looking in, reflections of reflections of reflections, mirrors without edges or sides or middle, echoes of echoes reverberating, boundless, seamless, dream within a dream within a dream, flowing into and through itself, without time or non-time, without movement or non-movement, without place or placelessness. There is no here nor there nor in between. There is not even nothing, not even this or that or both or neither. A love dream pouring through itself. Color and shape seem to swirl, 3D flowing images almost arise from a boiling vat of photographic solution and dissolve simultaneously. Memory is like steam curling, recognizing itself as it clings to the mirror, a burning film that never was, nor was not, a pause in a melody that has no notes, nor sound, nor tempo, a space between the words when there is no space, without words, nor words without words. A moment between thoughts when there are no moments without thought, nor thoughts without the word thought. Trickling, flowing, streaming, rushing, roaring, flowing, pouring into and through itself, wind sings of wind, dances with itself, dissolves into a pirouette of wind. Wind caresses me, blows through me, I and the wind dancing. Someone says, "You're beautiful, I love you," and there is simply nothing here. There is no here nor there. Echoes stream across the vastness. Wide-eyed, vacant streets of midnight, moonlight, sun have no source or singer, no mouths to hold the vowels or let them loose. Ripples of overtones fall through their own waves, sliding over and under and through these sounds that have no meaning or non-meaning. Nothing does. There are no things. That this is unknowable is undeniable. That selves are the illusion of knowing is clear. So what am I after the shift but an imaginary dancer of wind? What is there to love but the wind that caresses you, flows through you, and is you? A ballet of wind in wind, of sky in sky, of light in light, of space in space. What is it that dances with itself in this love ballet? All words seem to capture what is as elusive as yesterday or tomorrow. Morning mists dissolve and leave no trace. Were they ever caught in the first rays pouring over the canyon walls, rainbows shimmering? This ache that has no name for what is and what is not is the rhythm of our existence. Without it, there is not even nothing. This love that is not a thing. Echoes pour through deep, deep hollows, whoosh across the canyon, spiral into sky, explode into songs, reverberate in our hearts. Oh, yes, we say, this is it. This is a love that cannot be filled or emptied. It cannot be held or refused. There are no hands to hold it, no heart to treasure it. No one can truly know this, yet it seems that without it, I am not. You are the heart of the flame, the marrow of desire. All encompassing, love burns itself. I weep at your beauty, breathless, I sing. Good night.